No matter where you choose to go boating, a day out on the water is always an adventure, and like any adventure, it pays to be ready.
The Scouts have a saying, Andrew, and that is always be prepared. These days, boats are quite complicated pieces of equipment. They're comprised up of several critical systems, and you have to make sure that each of those systems is ready to perform.
You've got a day off, the weather looks great, and it's time to go boating. But giving some thought to trip preparation is important, and it should start before you get to the ramp.
Now, if you haven't used your boat for a little while, there are a couple of common ailments that can occur. Probably number one is the battery. Obviously, it can be flat or corroded up. Number two, the fuel system, Andrew. You can get water in there. Condensation is a common problem.
Steering's another one, Nick. Steering systems tend to seize if they haven't been used for a while. And if your boat's been sitting in the yard with its bungs left in and it's rained, it could be full of water, which could be a disaster.
It's also a good idea to get your boat's engine serviced annually, and remember, all of these systems are more likely to fail after the boat has spent long periods of time not being used, such as over winter. Once you're happy everything is working as it should, it's important not to overload your vessel for the day ahead.
If your boat's only fit for purpose for 4 people, you still need to take into account all the gear that everyone's going to have. So if you're going out fishing for the day, you're going to have all your gear. So you want to make sure that you take that into account. And you definitely don't want to have all the people and the gear on one side, because that's going to affect the stability of your vessel, and it's more likely that you can capsize or someone can fall out.
A good guide on most boats as to what is a safe operating weight is found on the builder's plate.
The Australian builder's plate is found on a lot of the current model vessels. It's a guide that you should follow in relation to how you load that vessel. Now, they'll have a maximum horsepower capacity on that builder's plate, and they'll also have a maximum capacity of persons that you can carry on board that boat. Make sure that you adhere to that, otherwise you could get yourself into some danger.
Making sure your vessel is fit for purpose is another important aspect of trip preparation. In Victoria, there are 3 types of waterways: coastal, enclosed and inland, and it's important that you understand the characteristics of each and make sure your boat is up to the task.
What we highly recommend is that your boat's fit for purpose. So if you've got a small runabout open tinny, obviously you don't want to be taking that offshore, because you're going to be dealing with big waves and getting a lot of water in the boat.
A little boat like this offers a great deal of enjoyment. You can fish out of it, you can cruise out of it, and it's absolutely ideal for enclosed waters or inland waters. But let's be honest, you don't want to find yourself out to sea in a small boat like this.
Andrew, most boaters are going to be familiar with the term freeboard. It is the measurement between the top of the water and your gunnels.
Yep.
And as the wave height builds, and particularly if there's any white water involved, some of that water can quickly end up in your boat. And in a boat like this, that is a serious problem.
Now the freeboard, just in simple terms, is basically from the water line to the top of the boat. That's your freeboard, and if you've got lots of passengers on board, that freeboard is going to reduce. So reduced freeboard, particularly in coastal waters, when you've got a fair bit of waves that you're dealing with, is the waves can easily lap over the side of that boat, fill your boat up with water, and then you've got a capsize situation, and you certainly don't want to be in a situation like that.
If you are boating in coastal waterways, make sure you have the most up-to-date weather forecast and take note of the typical wave height forecast, remembering bigger waves do occur.
Checking the weather forecast is first and foremost what you need to be doing. Secondly, make sure that you've got all the right safety gear on board that vessel. It's all current and it's up to date. And thirdly, you want to make sure that your vessel's suitable for the waterways that you're about to go and have some fun on.
So a few simple things to remember when heading out boating. Ensure your boat is ready to go, check battery, fuel and steering. Make sure your boat is not overloaded. The builder's plate on most boats is a great guide. Ensure you have plenty of freeboard and that your boat is fit for purpose, and always check that your safety gear is up to date. And always get the latest weather information, including sea state and wave height.